going to be, not where it is. That's the shortest path because the bullet doesn't turn left or right. If planes wanted to fly the shortest path, they would do the same thing the sniper's doing. They would say, okay, to be. That way they wouldn't have to turn the plane left or right like the ballistic.
These
When
guys
you're
don't even
firing,
know their own model, bro. It's
no,
wild.
no, no. No, the thing is, whenever you're firing ballistic long distance, yes, Coriolis is taken into consideration. Absolutely, though.
You said what?
If you're
Say it again.
firing ballistics at long distances, at very long distances, yes,
When you say
Coriolis
ballistics,
is affected.
like a rifle round?
Yes, well, yeah,
Absolutely not. That's absolutely patently
okay,
false.
really,
Yeah, I've already said, I don't know if you follow the conversation very well of what you have going on, but I've already stated that I have
I
unbiased
did.
third-party sources, right? Military sniper instructors that openly admit they do not deal with Coriolis or drift effect. Take it up with artillery. We do not deal with that in here. That has nothing to do with getting your shot on the target. And if you look at their charts, their dope charts that they keep on their butt stock of the rifle, that means that they would have to have two different charts, one for the northern and one for the southern hemisphere. And they'd have to calculate Coriolis before they take a shot. Are you kidding me? Like, you think that they would ever hit the fucking target if they were sitting there fucking crunching those calculations? Like, there's no way that you can work that into your dope chart, dude, because it's all specific due to your Cartesianal location on the globe sphere. All right, so you're absolutely wrong in what you're saying, and you need to correct yourself and not just spout nonsense that you can't
No,
support.
brother,
Because I can support my
brother,
end, you can't support
I know,
yours.
I can support my end as well. If they're firing
Cite,
ballistics
cite it, cite it,
over,
cite
yeah,
it,
I will,
cite it.
If you're firing
Yeah.
long distance.
So a 2-inch deviation, and at dead center mass of a human being about 14, 15 inches across by about 24 inches high of a target at 1,700 yards roughly, they're not concerned with that. So there's my unbiased third party source. I don't know what you got, but either way.
I'm starting to think he doesn't have one.
Yeah, hold on. Is that the same video? That's the same video that I watched about this whole thing? Hold on. Is that the same video you posted? Hold on. When did you post it?
I posted it. I posted it at 22 minutes after the hour.
22. Okay, hold on. Let me see. 23. Oh, this brother. Okay. All right. No, that's a different. Okay. So this guy here, look at what I'm posting. I hope it shows up well. So this is at 12:27, right? Uh, you will hear where he says, yes, you do make corrections for long distance ballistics firing. So let's go through the video. I'll tell you exactly where he says
Well,
it.
you just make sure that it's a rifle video, shooting bullets and not artillery, because I've already specified and I'm not going to chase rabbits. So you let me know when you get a timestamp.
You spent most of your time chasing waterfalls. If you're trying to tell them about the shortest path, just tell them about the
Yeah, yeah.
merry-go-round.
No, he says long
Do the
range
merry-go-round
shooting
thing, bro.
Coriolis
That'll
effect.
clear it right up.
20, so at about 20 seconds in the video, he says flight time of the bullet gets significantly long. The bullet can have an apparent drift. It, right.
An apparent, not an actual. Got it.
The amount is very small. Depends on your
What are
latitude.
you watching, bro? Are you watching your own video or the video I posted?
Right, no, at about 20 seconds in, start listening to the video, and you will hear where he talks about
What video?
that drift. I posted the video there in the text live stream text area at 12:27. Click on that YouTube video.
I don't see any video in here. You sure you posted it in the right chat? Why don't you watch the video and figure out where's the part you want me to watch?
20 seconds in. Start here.
Yeah, well, I don't see a video first off. So it sounds like you just found some random. No, there's no video in live text chat one.
It's just
like
one
you haven't
line.
watched
Don't
it.
look for a bit. Nice low. Go to 27 past. It's just one line. I don't think he has the perms for it.
Oh,
Right, I know the permits to, yeah, you guys lock these things down because,
I don't know.
that's what it goes. You have full control of your platform here.
Okay.
I think you can still click on it. It just didn't show the picture like what Dicelo is looking for.
Okay, so this guy, yeah, so watch that video. There's another video I'm going to post up, Jeremy Winters. You know that guy?
Bro, honestly, I'm good, dude. It's all good, bro. I've already killed the chat enough.
Yeah, oh Lord, okay. Well, maybe if I just get maybe a link, a citation, like you say, it talks about
Yeah, you're not willing to concede anything. I get it. But at least the listeners got to hear it.
It's just, okay. Right. Yeah, they just do. I mean, even in the AI, sorry, yeah, the chat GPT, it does say yes, long distance, but it's taken into consideration. They take Coriolis effects into account for distance, 1,000 yards.
Yeah, no shit. Neil deGrasse Tyson said they did it in a football game, bro. Like, so fucking what? My point to you is that when you're dealing with instructors in training, they don't use the Coriolis effect on their dope charts. No fucking sniper is out there crunching numbers for the Coriolis effect when shooting a fucking bullet, dude.
No, they don't do that. No, you're right. I agree with that. Why would they do that?
It would exactly. The target would be long gone by the time they got those fucking numbers figured out and where they need to fucking put that bullet. And
Right.
that's not how sniping works, bro.
No, we
They've got
understand.
fucking crosshairs, bro.
No,
So
we
again,
understand. So it takes practice, right? That's why the snipers, they take a lot of shots. So they are taking
no,
Coriolis
no,
into effect
that's
through
patently false
the
as well. Snipers
no,
do not take a lot of shots. They train to put one bullet,
no.
one single shot on target, one shot, one kill. That's what they train for.
During their
Now,
training, they take a lot of practice shots, obviously, right?
so
So they know,
why would you mention that if it's so obvious?
right. So they have to take these practice shots. Why? Because Coriolis is something in our environment. There's
Dude, this guy
different.
won't give it up.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
not
he's
giving it up
defeated.
because it's a fact. It's a fact. So they practice these shots a
You
lot.
haven't proven it's a fact, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I just posted a video. Did you watch it?
All you're saying is snipers practice a lot, bro. Like, what are you saying? Like, there's no point in anything you're saying right now, bro.
Yeah. In other words, when they're during their practice, they have to notice that these drifts can occur. So they know what latitude they are, all these other things. They have to know, they have to have a
Dude,
sense of these things. So
dude, did
as
you
to
not
make
hear me tell
sure
you?
that Coriolis effects into consideration. Yeah, they don't like the guy says, they don't pay attention too much, but they know, they understand that it affects. That's why they practice so much. Because look. If Coriolis didn't exist, they would be hitting those targets like a regular average dude could be like a top notch sniper. You understand me? But a top notch sniper understands that these variations are in your environment, so they need to take practice shots and so on and so forth, just in case. That's all. That's all they're doing. If the Earth was flat and stationary, everybody would be a top sniper firer. Everybody. Even little children, a 10-year-old. Oh, look, boom, fire this thing. They'll probably hit that target like 90% of the time. 2,000 yards.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna argue with you anymore, bro. you says, dude, we don't deal with it. It's such a fucking small amount that we don't worry about it here. At the ranges, at the distances we're shooting, we don't use the drift effect or the Coriolis effect. He said, take it up with artillery. And you keep acting like they train for the Coriolis effect, dude. I don't know any sniper that has Coriolis effect built into their dope charts. Show me a dope chart on a buttstock with Coriolis effect built into it. And again, mind you, you'd have to have two of them, one for the north and one for the south, or at least two different functions, two different formulas. You don't have that, bro. You're just talking out of your ass, bro. I don't even think you got guns over there, dude. Like,
we both agree that they don't need to do that. They don't take it into consideration, but they know that it is something in the environment that they have to watch out for. That's why they take practice shots. Different latitudes behave differently, so they have to be aware.
Now he just double spoke.
That these things can occur. Listen to the guy in the video. Let me say verbatim what he said. Give me a
Double speaking, Robert.
yeah, he was doing it with when we were talking about the airplanes. He was saying that the shortest distance is a straight path, but we take the Great Circle route and constantly turn for the Coriolis, which is the shortest path, or the shortest path, and contradicting himself and like unwilling to see that.
There were no contradictions there. So the guy says, he says, well,
just bring him to the merry-go-round, bro. It's super easy. Once you bring him to the merry-go-round, it exemplifies and demonstrates that the shortest path. Hold on, that the shortest path is the one that you don't.
He literally said,
"Hold on,
the one that you don't."
Jeremy, I got the screenshot I took from that one conversation. I'm gonna post it in live stream 1. You should use that as your reference to explain it to him, because I'm about done with the guy.
Dude, I don't want to explain shit to this guy. You've heard me go through it 100 times. You do it. You do it. You brought this up. This is your thing now.
Yeah, this is Robert, who's didn't seem willing to do any research on the moon landing either.
Yeah, because the moon landing is a fact. What research you talking about, big man? You got to get to work. Go in the field before you make a decision on if it's fake or not. Come on now.
You see the picture I posted in the live stream 1, Rob? You see the picture I posted, Robert? Or Jamaican guy? Hello.
What was that?
Can anybody hear me?
Yep, coming through clear.
Oh, okay. He's just refusing. Got it. Well, anyways, I posted a picture there that illustrates exactly what we're talking about. 38 minutes after the hour, we've got a circle. And we've got 2 arrows on the outside of that circle, which represents the Earth rotation in their model. Right? This is obviously like a, what's it called? A top-down view, I guess. And that the outer edge of that circle is the destination, and the center point is the starting point. So the plane starts off from the center of that circle, flying outward, and the dot up at the top with the blue line represents the path that the plane is actually taking, which is what he's calling the straightest route, when in fact the one in the middle, that black line, is the straightest path. You're going to fly that straight path, not turning, but the Earth rotating, right? Accounting for that and not deviating at all. That's going to be the shortest path. Less time in the air.
No, incorrect.
Oh yeah, how so?
All right, because when you fly along that straight line that you're talking about, that is not straight. That is not a straight line. Because you constantly have to be turning. When you're flying along a latitude, you have to be turning at all times, right? I mean, real turns. And then you have to consider Coriolis. to make adjustments, to make just additional turns. That's why I'm trying to tell you, when you're on the Great Circle route, that is the shortest route, and the only thing you're concerned with is one value, Coriolis.
Okay, so Robert, is it not a mathematical certainty that the shortest distance between A and B is a straight line?
You're not on a straight surface. You're on a sphere.
We're not concerned about the shape of the Earth at this point. We're simply talking about a two-dimensional representation here.
Yeah.
Simple question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A straight line. But remember, the gentleman
Straight
earlier,
line.
I'm talking about your
Yeah.
model. That's what he said.
Yeah, no one's talking about my model. We're just simply talking about, in math, the shortest distance between A and B is a straight line. When you look at the two-dimensional representation I put up here, the illustration, that line in the middle is a straight line. All right, that
Yes,
blue
sir.
line, the blue line is a curved line. That
Yes, sir.
curved line is the path you're taking when you're accounting for Coriolis, not taking a straight path, a turning path. That's the turning path you're taking. The one in the middle is the straight path, not turning. And you're saying that's not the straightest route.
In two-dimensional, the picture you have, definitely hit that straight line.
Okay. So what changes?
The Earth is a sphere.
So what changes now in the representation?
Right. If the Earth is a sphere, that straight line is not straight. It is a very large latitude that you're flying along. Right. So you have to, you're going to have to turn the aircraft at all times to stay on that latitude. That's a big waste of time. Number two, Coriolis is hitting you. So you have to make adjustments for that as well. Right? Now, when you're on the Great
Hard to even listen
Circle,
to. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, no, it's just facts. I know it's hard. It's facts. This is facts that I'm giving you right now.
The
Facts.
fact like the
Just
moon
a-
landing.
It's just irrelevant,
a-
though. Whether
No,
whether
it's
it's
not
curving
irrelevant.
in the whether it's curving in the z-axis is irrelevant. We're talking about curving left or right. You keep every time we bring this up, you constantly bring it to curving in the z-axis. Not
No,
Yeah.
you have to be. You have to. You're staying on that latitude. That straight line that he drew is a latitudinal line. So you are turning to stay on that latitudinal line. You have to have the aircraft in a fixed turn steering to stay on that latitudinal line. And then you're going to be
Robert,
hit by the Coriolis effect, which throws you off that curving line. So that is why you don't do that. You do a great circle route. So your only thing you have to be concerned with is the Coriolis effect.
you're hilarious, mate. Yes, a couple of days ago, you were arguing that if you don't need a compass when you walk along a latitude line because you walk in a straight line. Now you're telling me that planes fly on latitude, fly on a curve.
Yes, they do. If you stay on that latitude,
Pazza, you're on my hold on, Jamaican guy. Pazza, you're on my side, right? With the short, if they wanted to fly the shortest path, planes would calculate where the airport's going to be and then fly in that direction like bullets do, right? And then they wouldn't have to turn the wheel. You agree with that, right? That would be the shortest path.
Yeah, the Great Circle route.
No, that translates to a curved path, a great circle route in the inertial frame, but it would translate to a curving left or right line on the ground.
It would.
I thought we went over this before, and you agreed with me.
Yeah, there'll be if the
what-
Coriolis, if the flight is such that the Coriolis manifests itself, then yes, it will be a deviation from the Great Circle route.
Jeremy,
Is the
you fucked
shortest
up.
path?
Jeremy,
Hold on a
Jeremy,
second.
no,
I'm getting my good
no,
earbud in. Hold on. Let me just.
Bro, chill out for a second. Pazza, can you address what you were critiquing him on prior to Jeremy interrupting?
Oh, Robert was in here yesterday, and was it yesterday, the day before, insisting that if you walk along a latitude line, you take a compass bearing. You don't need to look at the compass unless it's an obstruction, because you're just walking in a straight line. Now he's saying to stay on a latitude.
Right. If you're on a latitude and you walk straight, yes, you will come off of that latitude if you walk straight. 100%.
All right, okay, but Pazza,
Mm.
there's a thing you could do where you could fly at the airport the whole time, which is what we do now, and it traces a great circle route on the ground. Or there's another way you could do it, where you fly to where the airport's going to be. You calculate the path, the time you're flying, the speeds, and all that, how fast it's rotating, like they do with bullets, and then you would shoot for where the airport's going to be, just like they do with bullets. Now, which one of those is the shorter path? The one where the airport doesn't have to turn at all, he doesn't have to turn, or the one where he does have to turn?
I
Left to
don't
right.
think you have to worry about where the airport's going to be. If I'm honest with you, that's the deviation from the Great Circle route caused by the Coriolis effect is taken in consideration by trimming the flight along the circle route, isn't it?
Okay, so you didn't answer the question. I don't know if you don't want to. I've already had multiple of your people agree with me, but
Okay.
if you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
I don't think he has to aim somewhere differently. The plane is going to navigate its navigation is set up to stay on the circle route. Typically, a lot of them aren't because they fly.
I know
on,
what they're set up to do. We know what they're set up to do. They're doing the wrong
Right.
thing. I'm telling you that if you do what ballistics do, where bullets don't turn left or right, they're taking the shortest path the bullet can take because the bullet doesn't turn left or right.
But the
So wouldn't it be
plane,
smart for a plane to do that? For a plane
no,
that
because the plane's ballistic, so it's designed to just keep yourself trimmed to a course. So it doesn't matter how far it travels in an external reference frame. The only real reference frame for the plane is the two airports, so it's the ground underneath it. That's all that matters.
No, dude, you're telling me the plane you couldn't before you took off. You're telling me you couldn't figure out the path to where the plane didn't have to turn left or right?
The path. Well, we talking about because of the Coriolis effect or some other effect?
The Coriolis effect, yeah. Where you have one path that you do now where you turn the whole time to adjust for the Coriolis effect. That traces a great circle path on the ground. But there's another path you could do where you figure out where the airport's going to be, your speed, the speed of the airport, and you could figure it all out just like they do with ballistics, and then take that path where the plane doesn't have to turn at all left or right. Which one's the shorter path? The one where the plane turns left or right, or the one where the plane doesn't turn left or right?
The shortest distance path is the one on the Great Circle route.
Bro, which one is the shorter path for the plane? The one where the plane does turn left or right, or the one where the plane doesn't turn left or right?
The latter.
Yeah, the one. Well, if the plane is flying on a path, which is a Great Circle route, and it's oriented such that it's in like a predominantly north-south, long distance, high-speed north-south flight, it will effectively not aim for somewhere else. It will just basically just trim itself as it goes along.
Pazza, me and you were at the North Pole. Pazza, me and you were at the North Pole. We have the same exact plane, and there's no wind. Okay? You are going to aim at where the airport's going to be, and you're going to have to turn a little bit left or right the whole time. I am going to take another path where I don't turn left or right at all. Who flew the shortest path? The guy who turned left or right, or the guy who didn't turn left or right?
Well, the guy didn't turn left or right because
Okay,
you're looking at your.
That's the one where you lead the target. That's not how you're flying now. That's the ballistic path.
Well, I mean, if you're going, if you and the Earth and the atmosphere are all rotating, yeah.
Pazza,
So
you agree with me. You agree with me right now. So I don't know. You don't have to debate me anymore. We agree. The guy who doesn't turn left or right takes the shortest path. It's obvious.
That's what I told him. I told him you on the Earth is turning.
Like, I don't know why you wanted to keep debating with me. We agree. I also agree with you, Pazza. The guy who doesn't turn the plane left or right takes the shortest path, obviously.
Well, this guy keeps trying to tell us that he's gonna take the Great Circle path and constantly fucking turn. So that's obviously not fucking the fastest path.
No turn. No
Dutch
turn.
Slow and Jeremy, I just had a quick question. Do you think they want to use the circle route because of the jet stream? And maybe it just makes it more efficient?
I mean, that could, even if that was possible, it's irrelevant to the topic at hand.
Yeah, thank you. True enough.
They catch, yes, the answer is yes. They catch jet streams and fly off the Great Circle route sometimes. There's actually a famous one in the North Atlantic. It's like a little highway because there's a nice little jet stream there, so everyone veers off. If you come from New York, Miami, it doesn't matter. They all like try to catch this little jet stream thing.
Yeah, that's right. But I get what you're both saying. Yeah, straight lines. I don't understand why they're trying to make a big deal out of
Oh,
it.
Pazza agrees with me. They're not
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
people
sure.
that understand the Coriolis effect and how this works. They agree with me. The people that don't understand how this works, they don't agree with me.
Yeah, we understand how it works. Coriolis
Pazza
is
does.
small adjustment.
I don't know why you're saying we. Pazza does. You don't.
Oh, I
No,
100%
Plaza said it
do.
curves. I don't think
I-
he does agree
listen,
with.
Well, no.
I-
What I wanted to hear Pazza talk about was this guy's saying that this longitudinal line is always a curved path, and it sounded like Pazza didn't agree with that part,
the
and then
latitude.
Jeremy kind of interrupted it. The latitude, whatever. So Pazza, is there something that you could explain on that?
No, I thought Robert the other day was insisting that if you walk on the latitude line, you're walking on a straight line.
He was.
But
Yeah,
No,
but
you
but he
misunderstood.
changed his
what I was
mind
saying.
now.
No, you misunderstood what I was saying. Get to a latitude and walk straight. That's what I was trying to tell you to do. But what's going to
Yeah.
happen is you are going to veer south eventually. That's what I was trying to tell you, to walk straight, get to a latitude. And the smaller latitude that you're on, right,
That's
is
not
going
what
to
you were
be
saying
good
there,
route.
Robert. That's not
Yeah,
what you were
he
Yeah,
saying.
we're
Googled
talking.
it. He
You said
probably Googled it.
you said get on the latitude line, take a bearing with the compass, and you can put the compass away, and you just carry on walking in the same bearing. That's what you said the other day.
Exactly. Put the
Well,
compass
you
away.
won't.
So you say,
Oh my
okay, I'm
God,
gonna go
Robert.
west, right? And you say
Right.
you put the compass down, you just keep going west. But what's
No, you
happening?
don't.
No, but what's gonna happen is you're eventually, as you're traveling, you're gonna cut through the equator and come around. Yes.
Right, but that's not what you were saying the other day. You said you could walk indefinitely west. You said you only need to get the compass out when you've got to go round a feature. That's what you said. Do you remember?
Remember, I came back to you and I said the equator is a great circle route. Remember, I said that. I came back and I
With
said, yes.
no, I
So
said
the
that to you. I
equator,
told you. I said that to you. I said the equator is the only latitude on the Great Circle
right.
route.
Right. I came back and I said, oh, yeah, right. You are correct. So, therefore, if you're on the equator and you head west, you stay west. So yeah, I think that's where the confusion was.
Not for me.
You are the only one here that's confused. Let's be clear. The Globers and the Flat
No,
Earthers, we know what's going on.
all flat earthers are confused right now.
Not
I know
really. Why
exactly
does Paz agree with me
That's
then?
not.
Why
That's
does
not
Paz
true,
agree?
Robert.
Why does Paz agree
I would
with me
maintain that most of the people here, whatever their perspective is, understands the globe model better than you do.
Absolutely not.
Vastly,
They
vastly
do,
better.
no, brother. They don't understand that the Great Circle route is the shortest route. They don't. None of them do.
Paz
Ask
just
them.
agreed with me on what the shortest route would be, and it's the one where the guy doesn't turn, doesn't adjust for the Coriolis effect, and it doesn't trace a great circle route on the ground. So he's a Glober. This guy's a Glober. I don't know if you knew he's one of the top Globers. He's top 50.
I'm not a top glober, and I
Top
might be
50
wrong.
Globers.
But nonetheless, I think what you're saying is coherent.
Yeah, you're
Yo,
top 500 Globers, bro. Don't sell yourself short, Pazza.
Yeah, Paz. They don't. I'm telling you, they don't understand the Great Circle route. You have to concede. You're going to have to. You will hear it. They're going to tell you all the time that the Great Circle route is not the shortest path, and I'm trying to tell them, yes, it is.
Pazza just agreed with me though that it's not.
If any route manifests a deviation as a consequence of like the Coriolis effect, then it can't be. Like if you're flying east-west on the equator, you're fine.
Right. Correct.
But if you're flying like if you're flying a profound distance north-south in a high-speed jet, you will get a deviation, won't you? Because of the Coriolis.
Exactly, Pazza. If you have to turn throughout the course of your flight, you're not going in a straight line, and you're not taking the short path.
No, you're expending energy tweaking the flight direction, which I think to be honest with you,
It ain't about energy, bro. It's about the path.
Well, if you're trying to follow the Great Circle route and you're constantly having to trim it, you're expending a little bit of energy keeping it trimmed to the Great Circle route.
You have to turn veering off the straight line path, which would mean you're not doing the shortest route.
Right.
Right.
But he doesn't. He doesn't.
No,
he seems to.
No, Pazza. No. Even if they're making small adjusting, Pazza, for the Coriolis effect, when they're on the Great Circle route, they're still on the shortest path. Right, Pazza?
Yes, they're adhering to the shortest path, but they're actually flying. They're actually slowing the plane down to stay on that, aren't they? Marginally.
Marginally, it's very slightly, very slight.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, Pazza, let me say this to you. If they fly along a latitude line, that's right. That line, they have to constantly be turning, and Coriolis is also affecting them. Therefore, that is not the shortest path. Yes or no?
A latitude line.
Right.
We
You're
don't
talking about
fly on
longitude.
latitude lines.
Why would you fly on the latitude line?
We don't,
Exactly.
Yeah, unless it's the equator, you don't fly on a latitude line, dude.
No, okay. He drew a line. He drew a straight line on that sphere. That straight line on that sphere is a latitude line. Yes or no, Paz?
No, only on the equator. Do you not even realise that? Everywhere else, every other latitude line does not comport to a Great Circle route.
I'm not really good with geography, but is Jamaica in Africa? Yes or no?
Okay.
No, it's in America. Oh, just because they're black? Come on, bro.
I'm just thinking maybe they got lost, and this is part of his inherent genetic defects or something.
If they're on the equator, yes, you are correct. They're on the shortest path. He's just drawing a line on the circle. If it's not the middle line, he is not on the shortest path.
Here's the fact.
You just contradicted yourself.
Paz agrees with this. Hold on. Here's the facts, and Paz agrees with this. If you flew a plane and it traced a Great Circle route on the ground, you did not fly the shortest path. That's just a fact.
Shortest in distance. If you stay on a Great Circle route, shortest in distance, you're still that's the shortest route on distance, a Great Circle route. But in time,
Pazza.
But in time,
Pazza, me and you were at the North Pole. You turn a little bit to adjust for the Coriolis effect the whole time. We're trying to get to the equator. You turn a little bit. I don't turn. You're telling me you flew a shorter path than me, even though I didn't turn. You just agreed with this 5 minutes ago.
No. I thought you said shortest distance or shortest. Shortest distance is always the Great Circle route.
Shortest distance is the shortest path.
Well, no, shortest. There's two ways a journey can be short. Short distance, short term.
Do we not see the distinction here?
Hold on, guys.
Do we not see the difference versus time spent on adjustment and not? It's such an easy.
This ain't about time. Yeah. Hold on, man. Pazza, me and you were at the North Pole. You turn the whole time adjusting for Coriolis to get to the equator. I don't turn at all. I just fly straight. Who flew the shortest path?
The shortest path is the one who stays trimmed to the shortest path in distance is the one who stays, or whatever means he has to, on the Great Circle route.
So you're telling me the guy you're telling me turning left or right would be a shorter path than the guy who doesn't turn left or right?
There is an optimal path slightly off the Great Circle route where you're not expending energy you'd lose to the Coriolis effect.
Energy. It's about the.
He doesn't talk. He's not even talking about the Coriolis effect. He's literally just talking about the distance. Yeah, I'm still not here.
Okay, so if it's the distance you're talking about, the shortest distance is always the path along the Great Circle route. Listen,
the straight there.
Let me put this.
Please.
No, well, let me put this to you, Jeremy. Okay, right. I've got a piece of paper and it's got two dots on it, 30 centimeters apart, and I have a toy car. I have a toy car move from A to B, right, and it takes an amount of time. The reason that's the shortest amount of time because it's a straight line. If I then put that tray with the cars on a train traveling at 90 miles an hour on a merry-go-round spinning gently, the shortest distance will always be along that line, irrespective of what's happening in the greater frame of reference.
Okay, but I can show you that that's not true with the merry-go-round. Just like the North Pole, if you have a merry-go-round, this will show you which path is the shortest when you're dealing with the Coriolis effect. You're at the center of a circle on the ground, right? You're at the center point of a circle on the ground. You want to fly to the edge. You don't turn left or right, right? You just go straight.
But Jeremy,
just yes or no, because I obviously have a follow-up. This is a little scenario.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, yes, you're going to fly straight and not turn at all. So if you put a merry-go-round down so that the center of the merry-go-round was at the center of the dot where you were, and the edge is at the same edge, you're still going to fly the same route. Like nothing's going to change. You're still going to fly the same path, right? Because that's the shortest path to get to the edge of the circle, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay, you start spinning the merry-go-round. Still nothing has changed. You just want to get to the edge. You're just going to fly the straight path. You're not going to turn left or right, right?
But sure.
Is that right? Yes or no?
But here's where. Can I just a quick interjection? Can I just put just a quick? I'll be 5 seconds, okay?
Come on,
just 5. I promise. I won't talk anymore. Just 5 seconds.
Right at the
what you just said there. If you're applying that argument to the Coriolis effect, you do realize the merry-go-round, given the height of it, would vary in speeds along the twist, still making the adjustments needed. Like the whole atmosphere isn't moving along with the ground and the Coriolis effect, right? That's all I wanted to say.
Well, I don't think that's relevant. My response to you, Jeremy,
okay, doing it with just Pazza, like if we could do it with no interjections, that would help out a lot.
Okay, so here's my response to what you said. I agree with you. I could create an outside reference frame and move it such that the distance between the journey along point A and B could be 0. In other words, as the little toy car moves along the straight line on the paper between A and B, if I move the external reference frame in exactly the opposite direction at the same speed, the car appears to be stationary, and you can say, well, it's got a short journey. I'm not interested in how the distance it takes or the path that something takes in a reference frame outside of the one that's not the airport, the plane, and the other airport. That's all that matters.
Okay, so the reference frame of the plane is the one where you don't turn the plane and you just go straight. Obviously, there's no way you can go a shorter path. If we're leaving from A, we both leave from A and we both go to B, and I go straight and I don't turn my vehicle, and you do turn your vehicle, there's no way you could have went a shorter path than me.
Sure. So that's what you asked me. So
you agree with that. The guy who doesn't turn the vehicle or the plane or whatever it is, he is the guy that flies the shortest path, right? Yes or no?
If the route is such that the Coriolis effect comes into play, that's not true, because if he doesn't turn, he'll deviate from the Great Circle route.
Yes, but the Great Circle route is only the shortest path on a stationary ball. Now we're introducing the Coriolis effect. We're worried about the plane and how far the plane flies. And if you want to fly the shortest path for the plane, you would not turn left or right, obviously.
Turning right would make you
fly a shorter. You can't fly a shorter. Can I get 5 minutes with Pazza, please? I don't know who that is, but
I'll let you guys go. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no other route by not turning or turning which would be shorter distance than the Great Circle route between the two. It's impossible.
There is a shorter route. It's the one where the plane doesn't turn. The guy doesn't turn. We just went through this with the merry-go-round and all the stuff. The guy who doesn't turn travels a shorter path, obviously.
No, I don't agree with that, because he won't be traveling on. In the frame. Go on.
Listen, before you even introduce the Coriolis effect with the merry-go-round, we all know what the shortest path is. You got a drone. You're at the center of the merry-go-round. You want to fly straight to the edge. You don't turn the drone. Whatever you're in, you just don't turn. That's the shortest path. Just because something starts spinning underneath you now doesn't change the fact that you still want to fly to the edge without turning. That is the shortest path in reality.
What is spinning underneath?
the only thing you change by potentially change by deviating or finding an alternative route which compensates for Coriolis with respect to the Great Circle route is time. It's physically not a shorter distance between the two airports.
But you can physically take a shorter path between the two airports depending on if you turn your vehicle or not.
But mark out the path it takes on the ground between the two airports. The
Yes,
Great Circle route.
On the ground, it's going to be the shortest path, yes, but that's not the frame the plane is in. We're worried about the plane taking the shortest path, which would be obviously be the one where the guy doesn't turn. Dude, you know how crazy it is? You're saying that somebody could turn left or right and get there and take a shorter path than the guy who doesn't turn left or right? That's ridiculous.
I didn't say that.
On the Great Circle Road, there's no turning left to right.
Okay, so you agree with me that the guy that doesn't turn left or right will always take the shortest path.
No, he won't get. If you're on a Great Circle route and Coriolis comes into play all the way along, you weren't trimming yourself to stay on that Great Circle route. You would never get there, would you? You'd be somewhere else at the end of the line.
That's why you wouldn't take that path. You would take the path the bullet takes. The one that the bullet doesn't turn left or right. You don't want to turn left or right. You would figure out where the airport's going to be. You wouldn't take a Great Circle route on the ground. You absolutely would not do that if you wanted to fly in the shortest path possible.
Why don't you just use the little diagram that I posted, Jeremy, and refer to it? I mean, it's pretty clear.
Pazza, okay? No, you understand right now, Pazza? And you attack me, brother. You attack.
So Pazza doesn't get it anymore, Jeremy, or what? I just got back. He doesn't get it anymore.
Thought he did, but I guess not. I don't know.
Well, the shortest
he's
distance.
Going back and forth. He's agreeing and not agreeing. It's weird.
He's dancing around, huh?
No, not at all. The shortest physical distance between 2 points on a spheroid is the Great Circle route, and that won't change even if the sphere is spinning.
On a stationary sphere, I agree.
Right,
with you.
exactly.
Once you introduce Coriolis effect, there's another factor at play.
Yeah, we're talking about a dynamic.
There's now
system
two different
here.
paths. All right, you take it, Darslow. You take it.
So Pazza, if you go to the diagram that I posted, what is it? 38 minutes after the hour. 38 minutes after the hour.
Hang on. Bear with me, I'm on the phone.
I am too.
But how do you not see what Pazza's saying?
Who's sleeping?
We're gonna hold on. He's gonna look at it.
Okay, I got your diagram.
All right, so we got a circle here. That circle's, representing Earth. We got some arrows. That's representing the rotation of the Earth, the Coriolis effect. The dot at the center is representing your starting location, and the edge of that circle is representing the destination. Now, the dot with the blue line up at the top, that's the destination you're taking, trimming and turning and accounting for the Coriolis. What we're doing is we're taking the path in the middle, that black line, and we're going to fly where that dot is going to be, being that the Earth is dynamic and rotating in your model. So we're not turning. We're flying straight as straight is. We're leading the target, and in that blue line, you're chasing the target. Two different things. One's the shortest, and the other's not.
Shortest in time or shortest in distance?
Both.
Geographically, the shortest distance between
We're
2
talking
points.
about distance, dude. It's distance. Shortest path is the shortest distance, not time, not energy, not how many.
Well, if you're traveling, hold on. If you're traveling the shortest distance, it's going to take the less amount of time. Why would it not?
Well, no. I mean,
show me a scenario where you're traveling the shortest distance from A to B, and it's taking longer than a curved path.
Die slow. It just opens the door for them to weasel their way out and start making other weird arguments about time and shit. Just keep it to the distance.
It's not weaseling out, because ultimately you've got to bear in mind, okay, right, that the amount of effort needed to stay to counter Coriolis effect and stay on a Great Circle route, for a plane in terms of trim, is negligible compared to the wind currents around it.
Exactly.
which axis does trim work? Is it up and down, or is it left and right?
All of them are trim, aren't they?
All of them are trimmed. No, I'm pretty sure that there's specific terms for the vertical and the horizontal axis.
Oh, I don't know if there are. I thought when a plane's trimming, it means it's in every direction, isn't it? All the control surfaces are trim, aren't they? I don't know.
No,
I got that wrong.
Maybe. I mean, I could be wrong as well. I'm not a pilot, but the point is, I'm making an assumption, and I think it would be a pretty good assumption to make. Like, if you're gonna account for some sort of a trim, you might want to be specific in which axis you're trimming.
Okay, so the plane, every single surface, when a plane is cruising altitude, every single surface is coming into play at some point or other, isn't it? Because you've got crosswinds.
Let's not deviate from the point though here, dude. We're talking about the shortest distance, right, is going to be a straight path. Now, if you're trimming, or whatever you want to call it, you're not taking the shortest path. Plain and simple. I don't know what's so hard about this.
I know.
But if you're looking at the path with respect to an external reference frame, not on the Earth itself.
Yes, you guys are talking about two different reference planes. That's the issue here.
Yeah, if you're in a boat, right, a series of boats on the ground, and they're all on the Great Circle route.
Yeah, we're not on a boat. We're not on the surface.
We're also not worried about what the ground's doing. We're in a different reference frame. We're in the inertial
reference
frame.
Of course you're very worried about.
Frame. We're worried about what the plane's doing. The plane's in the inertial reference frame. We're in the plane. We want to travel the shortest path.
But there is the inertial reference frame the plane is in, but there's also the physical reference frame the plane is in.
I know, but it's demonstrable with the merry-go-round and the circle on the ground that I led you through at the beginning. It's demonstrable that the ground reference frame is irrelevant, and the plane is the one you want to worry about, because before you even start spinning the merry-go-round, we know which path is the shortest path. That doesn't change because a merry-go-round started spinning underneath you.
But that's because you're
like the shortest path for the plane doesn't change because the merry-go-round spins underneath you.
Because
do you agree with that?
Speed above
Pazza, can you agree with that?
Merry-go-round is black.
Hold on, man. Pazza, do you agree that when you start spinning the circle underneath you, it doesn't change the path of the plane? The shortest path?
We were talking about the merry-go-round or in reality now?
We're in reality. We're in reality. We're on a merry-go-round. We're at the center of the merry-go-round. Hold on, man.
That picture is analogous to the merry-go-round.
On the merry-go-round, if you're at the center of the merry-go-round and you're traveling in a straight line path, let's suppose in the merry-go-round is stationary, you travel along the straight line path to the destination of the merry-go-round. That's the shortest distance physically, irrespective of whether the merry-go-round is spinning or not.
Yes. So when you start spinning it, right, you don't. So in other words, you wouldn't turn left or right at all, right?
Well, the Coriolis would if you're moving.
Just answer the thing I said. I obviously had a follow up, man. Let me.
The air above it isn't spinning with it as fast, so it's pushing. Yeah, but this is why this is the problem.
Mega.
You're not accounting for air above it spinning along with it as fast, so it's going to push you in a direction at all times. So you don't just have the same energy in the same direction. You have to apply constant pressure.
Mega, just hey everybody, let's just let Jeremy have a back and forth with Pazza. Pazza, pick up your tea glass or whatever that was. Go ahead.
Pazza, there's a merry-go-round. It's not even spinning it. It's not spinning. You're at the center of it. You got a drone. You want to fly the shortest path to the edge. You're going to fly where you don't turn left or right. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, if you start spinning the merry-go-round under you, that's not going to change. We just want to get to the edge. We just want to get to the edge of the merry-go-round, the circumference. You're in the drone. Now the merry-go-round spinning. You're still going to not turn left or right, and that's the shortest path still, right?
No, well, not in the merry-go-round, because the air around you is not in the same inertial reference frame as the merry-go-round.
Thank you.
So you think now that we've started spinning the merry-go-round, that all of a sudden I would do something different to take the shortest path, being in the drone?
Well, yeah, of course.
Of course you wouldn't. What do you mean? Yeah, of course.
In a plane, but not in a car.
Different.
In a car, you wouldn't.
Let me get 5 minutes with Pazza, please. That means no one else open your mic, please.
Yes, let's do that. 5 minutes.
So hang on. Yeah, so for a drone above the merry-go-round, if you start spinning the drone, yeah, of course it'll make.
No, we're not going to spin the drone. We're not going to spin the drone. I don't know why you'd spin the drone.
Spin the merry-go-round. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get to the edge. You're in the middle. You want to get to the edge. Nothing's spinning yet. You're in the drone. You want to get to the edge. You just fly in a straight line. You don't turn left or right. Now, you think that if we start spinning the merry-go-round and you want to get to the edge in the shortest path for the drone, you think that you're all of a sudden going to start turning left or right now?
Right, if you're trying to get to a certain point on the edge,
just edge. We just want to get to the edge.
You just fly away from like you did beforehand.
You do the same thing you did before because that's the shortest path. So when you introduce the Coriolis effect, even after the Coriolis effect is introduced, you don't do anything different. You still don't turn the plane left or right. We agree on that now, right?
Yeah, but that's the air you're in. The air is not in the reference frame of the surface like it is on the Earth.
This is just this is basic Coriolis effect. It doesn't.
But Jeremy, you've got
you still have the Coriolis effect, even if the air is spinning or not. It's still the Coriolis effect.
Okay, if you want to frame it that way, but this is a category distinction between a drone in air in a wider reference frame and an aeroplane in air in the lesser reference frame.
No, it's still the Coriolis effect. It doesn't change because you still have the same reference frames, regardless if the air is spinning, if the air is not spinning. It doesn't matter. It's still the Coriolis effect, and you still have these frames. And they still work the same exact way because it's the Coriolis effect. It doesn't change because now it's on a globe. You think the Coriolis effect works different because it's a globe? No, it doesn't.
No, but it's clearly the drone flying over a carousel, is in going to the edge is moving in a different airspace. So it's not going to is on the Earth. So it's not going to be the same, is it?
We're talking about the Coriolis effect, and it is going to be exactly the same on a globe. Anywhere the Coriolis effect is at play, it's going to be exactly the same because it's the Coriolis effect. It doesn't change because the air is moving. You still have the reference frame.
But the shortest
the reference frames didn't go away because all of a sudden now the air is rotating. It doesn't matter what's rotating. You have the inertial and the non-inertial reference frame.
But why are you interested? Why are you making the comparison of the drone? The drone flying to the edge from the center, on the surface of the carousel is taking a longer route by flying directly above it, isn't it?
Sorry, say that again.
If the drone is if the carousel was stationary and the drone was over the middle and then it flew off to the side, it would be a distance on the surface of the carousel, right? And a distance in time to get there. If you start spinning the carousel, the path that the
this isn't about time. Hold on, I don't know why you brought up time just now. This isn't about time. We're talking about distances.
Well, the path it will take on the ground will be longer.
Yes, it would trace out a curved left or right path on the ground, but we're not worried about the ground because the merry-go-round was to exemplify and demonstrate that when you have the Coriolis effect, the inertial frame is always the shortest distance. It's always the actual path that the drone or the plane or anything flying would want to take. It's just like you said, just because the merry-go-round starts spinning and you want to get to the edge, you're not going to do anything different. You're still just not going to turn.
Yeah, but all you do in a plane by taking the route that compensates for the Coriolis that you're turning, all you're doing is you're saving a bit of time. You're still traveling.
All right, listen, I'm just going to back out. Go ahead, open it back up, man. I'm backing out. You can't focus. Stay on point.
No. Can I say something to that then? Because what you're not realizing is you're right. You still do take that same shortest path, but in order to do that path, you still have to turn. But it still looks like the shortest path on the merry-go-round. But by you turning, the Coriolis effect, it will look like the shortest path.
Yeah, you stay on the path, you trim for it, okay? And all that does is it slows. I don't care from above. There's a plane taking off between two airports.
He cares about the path look a lot. And it turns out to look the same as on the surface. if you account for the Coriolis effect in the air because of the different inertial frame. So when you correct for it by turning, it doesn't look like a turn. It looks like the surface path, which is what he
Yeah, but
wants.
we're not worried about what it looks like. We're worried about what's actually going on. And what's actually going on by turning the plane, that means that you're not actually taking the shortest path, because we know that
You are, because you're counteracting
path
a
would
different
be, hold
vector
on,
of
man.
velocity,
Oh, I wasn't
and
done.
your velocities cancel out into the path direction.
Hold on, I'm not going to get all excited today. I'm home. What's that guy's screen name? No one knows.
Hang on, I've got to do something. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what that guy's screen. Does anyone know what that guy's screen name was? Just bowled right
Me?
over me. Say something again.
I think he was Mega. He's not here.
Oh,
Yeah, it was me. It was me.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
oh, there we go. All
Hey,
right. So
don't they?
as I was saying, damn, I forgot. What was I saying? Was I trying? I was like in the middle of a
Talking about the direction, the path of the hurricanes.
No, not hurricanes. No. Yeah. If you want to take the shortest path, you can. It's demonstrable that in the Coriolis effect, the shortest path that the object can take is when it doesn't turn left or right. I mean, you can reconcile. A little kid can reconcile this. You want to go from A to B, you don't turn left or right, and you've now taken the shortest path. That's why they say on a sphere, the shortest path is a great circle route, because you don't turn left or right. However, the plane is turning left or right. That should tell you that they're not taking the shortest path. Just because it traces a great circle route on the ground, that's all out the window. That's no longer the shortest path over the surface of a sphere when the Coriolis effect is at play, because we all know you wouldn't turn left or right. And right now they say they're adjusting for the Coriolis effect the whole time, which means they are turning left or right. They debunk themselves. Like, I shouldn't even have to say anything. It's blatantly obvious that you're not taking the shortest path.
The adjustments are very small, Jeremy.
Well, isn't the Coriolis also a reason why the hurricanes don't cross the equator? Like if they're started in the northern hemisphere, they won't like cross the equator and then spin the southern. Isn't that a reason why?
Yes. So the adjustments, what's important is the adjustments made for Coriolis are extremely slight. If you're in the northern hemisphere, the Coriolis causes the aircraft to drift slightly to the right, and so they just make small adjustments to get back on the Great Circle Route.
Why is the Great Circle Route on the globe the shortest path? Why? Tell me why it's the shortest. Does anyone know? Because it'll debunk this whole thing we're talking about right now.
Right. Let me tell you why. There are several reasons, but the one that when I studied it, it's because you fly basically straight, right? When you're at a latitude, traveling a straight latitudinal kind of line, you have to constantly be turning the aircraft. You're going around a corner, brother. It's okay. It's okay. All right.
You're just
I'm just telling you I'm just telling you how I learned it, and it's actually true because it's tested.
The Great Circle Route. The Great Circle Route is the shortest path on the surface of a sphere, because you would travel and you wouldn't turn left or right. That's why a geodesic, a Great Circle Route. Right. That's why, because you wouldn't turn left or right. That's why it's the shortest path.
That's why I said straight. Remember when I said fly straight? That's what I said.
You'd be in a vehicle. You'd be in whatever vehicle you're in, a submarine, a plane, a drone, a car, whatever you're in. You're on the surface of a sphere. You want to take the shortest path. You do a Great Circle Route, because that's where you don't turn left or right.
Right. You fly straight. That's what we said.
Definition. Yes. However, when we fly right now, we are turning left or right because they're adjusting for the Coriolis effect, which means it literally can't be the shortest path, because the shortest path is when you don't turn left or right.
They
There-
turn a
there-
lot to avoid other planes.
Right. There's no, wait. There are no paths in which you do not make turn left or right.
There are
But
paths
so,
where
Yes,
you don't
there
turn
is.
left or right.
so
Yes,
hold
there
on,
is.
hold on.
I know that's just dead wrong. Hold
No,
on.
Yes,
So
no,
you
yeah,
can
no,
you.
continue with your
no,
wrong shit.
no,
Right, yeah.
brother. I'm 100% correct.
Don't just keep lying, bro. You keep
Brother,
lying,
look,
Jamaica.
if you're traveling long distances, there are no paths in which you do not make adjustments. There are none. Zero. 100% factual,
Yeah,
brother.
we're not talking about the unforeseen variables, the little winds and
No,
stuff that are going to blow you around. We're not talking about all that.
I am not
We're
talking
just
about that either.
talking.
They have to bring
Yeah, we're
that
not
in
talking
though.
about.
They
I am
have
not
to
talking
bring
about
that
that
in to
either.
confuse and muddy the waters and
We're not
try
talking
to
about other
confuse
planes.
people and never get to the end of the points. I know. It's
We're
a
not
No,
talking about birds getting in the way.
It's
I'm
just
not
a
talking
tactic.
about that. I am not talking about that. I'm strictly talking about the Coriolis effect. Any long distance flight, you have to make adjustments to Coriolis effect.
Exactly. That's what we're
However,
saying. You're
That
not taking the
you
shortest
don't
path.
have to. What do you mean
check this
exactly?
out.
You don't have to. You could fly the path where they plot it out and say, all right, this is the path we need to take. That way
Right.
we don't have to turn the plane. It's just
There
Right.
are
wrong. You're
no
just wrong.
again. Let me say this one more time. Just let me say it. I have one last part of it that's important. There are no
Last
flat.
wrong thing to say. All right, go ahead.
Okay,
Say your
no,
last
it's
wrong
not.
thing.
I'm not wrong here. There
Yeah,
are
he's
no
gonna repeat
flight
he's
paths
gonna repeat the wrong
long.
He's
thing.
gonna say the
There
same
are
wrong
no.
thing again.
Just
All
give me
right.
a second.
Yeah.
Just give me one more second, please. Just one more second. There are no long distance flight paths that in which you do not have to adjust for Coriolis.
Yeah, that's
However,
wrong.
however, if you do not fly the Great Circle route, you are going to be flying a longer route because you are going to have to be turning in addition to the Coriolis. So you're making additional turns
You're doing corkscrews.
in
I know. That's why I
addition
started off with
to.
you. I call you the corkscrew
Just went
Jamaican.
through this, dude.
Yes,
I
yes,
just
yes,
went
yes.
through this.
It
The
is a
reason why
corkscrew.
they call it
You're
Yeah,
the
absolutely right.
see?
reason why they
Hold on,
call it
It
a
Jeremy.
is
You
a
hear him?
corkscrew. Yes,
You hear him?
that's why I
It's a
said to
corkscrew,
you
bro. It's the
that
I don't
corkscrew
even know why we're
Jamaican, bro.
talking to this guy. I don't even know why we're talking to this guy. So this guy's
The
oh my
ridiculous.
god.
The
And
And it's
corkscrew Jamaican, bro.
what I just said is verifiable. You can go and research it yourself. It's factual statement. If
The
you do not,
corkscrew Jamaican,
if
bro.
exactly, if you do not fly the Great Circle route, you will be on a corkscrew. Indeed, 100%. Thank you, brother. So that's why you stay.
Coriolis
This is
is a
this
fictitious
is how
force.
That
this
is
is how
why you
curly
stay
fries
on
were
the.
invented.
That is why you on. That's why you stay on the Great Circle
I
route.
need to take
That is the
five.
shortest route.
Pussy
No
Gotta
cork
take five. Hold
through.
on.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This is
The
how
Take
curly
five.
Coriolis
fries were
effect
invented.
the
Do me a
Coriolis
favor and just
force.
take five. Hold on, Sieg. Jamaican guy, do me a favor and just take five.
No, big man, I'm good. I'm taking 5, but it's facts that I just said. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Corkscrew, bro. I love it.
Coriolis
Good.
effect is a fictitious force. There's no point in debating it. It's an idea. That's it.
Well, anyways, that's
Do you think
not the point. Yeah,
centrifugal force is fictitious?
that's the only one fundamental force there is, bud.
Centrifugal
All
force?
forces All forces
Yeah.
categorized within fictitious is obviously fictitious and not necessarily a force even, but a
So-
categorical imperative for other forces, which are also not forces. So I don't know, dude. It's just all fiction. And so it's pretty amazing how much one can sit here and just talk about Fantasyland all the time. So
Zydak, do you know what a
All right, man.
centrifuge is? Do you know what a
I'm going
centrifuge
before you
is?
guys get into this. Before you guys go into this, I'm going to live stream too. It's just
yeah,
By the way, Jeremy is
I'm
correct
gonna-
about his. Jeremy is correct about
like these
his.
guys just suck, man. I don't know what to
Jeremy's
tell you.
believing you, or Omnivore's agreeing with you, Jeremy. He's saying you're correct in your assertions.
Okay, does that mean he dead? Does that stop him from sucking now?
I don't
I'll be in
know.
live stream too. I'll be in live stream too, dude.
Dude,
So-
you can be
Now,
here.
bro.
I'm the one leaving because I'm not interested in fairy tales. Bye.
So Coriolis is not a fairy tale. Coriolis is a real thing. The fact that it's called a fictitious force. Oh, you left. Okay.
I had
Jeremy
a
left.
question. Yeah, that was entertaining, and I mean, you guys are patient. Great job. I didn't think it was gonna proceed much further, and yeah, I had a question for Araya the Seer. No pressure. Any thoughts on the moon landing? Do you think it happened?
I believe it happened. Do I have any evidence at hand to support it? No. I would have to go and dig through some evidence and sort through, make sure it's substantial evidence, but I don't have any at hand.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. The only reason I ask is because this is generally the welcome mat for a lot of flat earthers. Feel free to check it out. There's one documentary I would recommend starting with. It's called "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon." The producer outlines maybe 6-7 points that are